connecting to chat. Give me one moment. It does not want to. Oh boy. There are other problems with YouTube in Russia. I don't know if you're aware, but basically the government now tries to block it, but also saying that they're not doing so. It's, in their repertoire, sure. So basically, right now, the two primary servers that I've been streaming on do not work anymore. I'm actually streaming using like some legacy server YouTube provides. Now I can't even open the chat on my phone because for some reason it doesn't want to load my profile. Wait, okay, I'm going to use VPN on my phone, I guess. Like, I might need to get an actual, like, full-blown VPN app eventually on my computer, but I don't know if you can stream with that. The speeds are usually lower. I don't even know. Yeah, with VPN it works on mobile. Fucking hell. Things are getting worse and worse every day. Alright, so I wanted to continue Braid. That's really what all I wanted to do. So yeah, it's been a while. It's been like a month and a half, maybe already 2 months. I don't know when was the last one, in June somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like listening John Blow too much. It's really getting ridiculous, but like I already went through so much. I don't know, like should I continue, should I not? Fuck. Where did I even stop? I think it was Brian. Did I skip Mark? I didn't. Monologues?
So, you want to design a video game. You're sitting down with a blank screen on your computer and just a vague idea. You want to make a platformer game with puzzles about rewinding time. In order to make anything, you need answers to some fundamental questions. It's a platformer. Who's the character? Human or some kind of animal mascot? How big is he? How fast does he move? What's the scale of the world? How big are levels horizontally and vertically? How much can you see on the screen at once? You can change your answers later, but before you can start building levels, you need an initial guess. And this initial guess is important because it determines how development is going to go. If you guess too wrong, you might never see the ideas that lead to the best version of your game because the territory you're exploring is too far from those ideas. Okay, anyway, we're making Braid. It's a puzzle platformer starring a human guy, and we want moving and jumping to feel good. What does that mean for the shape of the character? I knew based on experience playing other platformers that I wanted him to be fairly squat so that he would fit into a compact rectangle on the screen that was not too tall and thin. After some initial experimentation, I came up with the answer that the character should be around 2.5 heads tall. Adult humans tend to be between 7 and 8 heads tall, so this is much shorter. This convention of measuring characters in number of heads is something that illustrators have been using for a long time, and I'd become aware of it in some way or another. So I wanted a squat character, more like Mario from Super Mario Bros., and less like the humanish proportions of a classic game from my childhood, like Impossible Mission. Why did I want such a squat character?
Was a game like that?
The reason is, you're trying to aim this shape through space to avoid obstacles and land on platforms and on top of moving monsters. When do you land and when do you miss? As a player, how do you aim your jump? If the character shape is too tall and thin, like adult natural human proportions, the segment between the feet is going to be narrow compared to the height of the character. And it's hard to aim this narrow segment precisely to target other objects in the game. The wider this segment is, the easier and more natural it is to hit things with it. If the character is very tall, he's going to bump his head a lot more on ceilings, which is bad. And if the baseline is pretty wide while he's tall, then he's going to take up an appreciable portion of the screen. His jump height will include so much of the screen that it limits what you can see at once, which makes puzzles harder. Also, if you're much taller than wide, it means a lot of the action of the game will involve hitting ledges from the side. But we don't want that because it's awkward in a game like this. All the important interactions in this game
What do you mean by
are
hitting
vertical in nature.
ledges by the side?
Did you land on top of the platform?
I don't understand
Did you land on top of the monster? So if we make you tall and your baseline narrow, we amplify the kinds of clumsy interactions we don't want and reduce the kinds of interactions we do want. It wasn't a mistake that the characters from Donkey Kong and Mario Brothers were very squat, because the designers of those games thought about these things. We were happy to follow in this tradition because it works well. Now, what about the actual motion? How high do you jump, and how quickly do you move through the air? These are important topics, and I cover them elsewhere. Fortunately, when making Braid, the important parameters about game mechanics were understood early on, and early decisions didn't have to be changed too much because they were in the right neighborhood.
Is it the same thing?
Decided early on, Braid's a puzzle game. It's not an action game, as you just said. What are puzzles like in this universe? Well, they're pretty much, it's hard to get somewhere. And so the goal is get to that place. And the way we indicate that place is by
I'm pretty sure
putting a collectible there or a key or something.
Right.
And that's how
listen.
You said that in this game, the jumps are much shorter than Mario jumps.
Yes.
And that is not
I wish there was a way to tell which one you already listened to, because it doesn't seem to be showing up. You know, John Blow, as much as I respect you, I don't think I want this. Like, it's good stuff for game developers to listen to, I guess, and I don't know. I would like to listen it somewhere else, like on my phone while walking somewhere, not sitting here doing nothing in the game that's supposed to be interactive. I'll just go for the puzzles now. I might listen to some of it off stream if I really want to like 100% this. Ah shit, it's actually important. There's still need. Huh. Yeah, still need this guy. Shout. Okay, got puzzle on the left. dude in a pit. Platforms that can not be affected by time, but I can. Okay. But what? But how do I interact? If I can't bring it back, then okay, stream seems to be doing fine. I'm a bit afraid for it. All the blockings. I don't understand Jonathan Blow. How is it? Okay, let's rewind fully. But what? I can't get in there without interacting with the lift. But if I interact with the lift, it's just going to be stuck there. What's the deal? Okay, this one seems to be straightforward now. So I'm here. But I can't rewind without me losing that rewind. I can't rewind forward. Or I can't get out of here and then... okay, maybe not straightforward. He's going to get stuck too, probably. Oh wait, no. I just need to be fast, I think. I need to be like... no, wait. That doesn't make any sense. This seems impossible. It's so simple too. No, it doesn't make sense. Oh, so yeah, I could get here fast, then jump inside, and then rewind to the point where I jumped when I landed initially, basically. There we go. Fuck. I love it. Like such simple, like not complicated, not convoluted. Like very little things to interact with in such a hard to figure out idea. Like, compared to initial input, basically. Okay, what do I do with this one then? The same? So I need this guy here. Or do I... How do I do it? Unless it's something else. Like, I need to bring him up. But how am I going to rewind unrewindable lifts? I don't get it. Do I need to like rewind myself somehow so it bounces him further and further? That's crazy. it's probably it. Like right to this point. Fuck. I just can't do it in time. No! Shit. Okay, wait. I want to like place myself better. Shit, that's insanity. No, no, man, no. Shit. Like it's the best actually done like from the fresh start. I don't need to deal with controls too much. Yes. Yes. Oh. That's great puzzle. Both of them pretty good. So much stuff. Dang it. I'm really struggling to... It's like skipping those. there's definitely something that I want to listen to, but it's better than there are a whole bunch of repetitive things. All right. I need to be more ruthless. We're done here. No more puzzles. Let's go. Up. I was here. But that's... This looks like... Looks very similar to Moriarty's. But slower. Apparently I was here already? I don't remember being here. But I guess I listened through it somewhere else? That's such a weird design. Thumbnails and spoilers. Oh wait, I can't. It's also affected. Now I just need to be faster. Fortress. Meaning 2 doors, platforms to open there. What are those little platforms there? It was also weirdly slow, and I guess it's shadow. Shit. What does that do? Those plants are super annoying. Be fast enough. if I start to rewind inside somehow? But like, I need to backtrack. That would take almost the same time as... Actually, nah, I think it's fine. So if I... Oh, no, it doesn't work. Huh. Like, all I need to do is just go back real fast. It's still not fast enough. Oh. Yes. Okay. Now what? Oh yeah, okay, I see. Okay. Can I shadow move fast enough? Before disappearing, basically. Oh! I need to do it a bit earlier. The fuck? Damn it. Is there any way to actually know when to do it? It seems like you just need to time it. Which is kinda insane. To expect someone to do. Or maybe it'll send a shadow. No. No, it doesn't make sense, because it's... Yeah, how is that going to work? I don't have safe space in there. So, let's see. Like, what? It barely opens up enough for you to slip in, and then immediately closes. Like, it was almost perfect there. I don't... Like, such a narrow window. What can I do? Like, it's also shadow lever, but like, how can I use my shadow for this? So I need the other shadow to press the other lever. This other lever is much fast. I mean, like, platform is much faster. I guess maybe I need to time it with my other shadow. That's the point. So maybe, okay, let's try to pick a space where I'm standing here, right? No, it doesn't make sense. Like, it needs to be a real run where I'm trying to guess when it's going to go, and then try to synchronize. But then, how far do I rewind? Alright, from this ladder, I'm going to jump. And I'm going to press it right, like, as soon as it happens. Now, with this run, I'm going to try to run and press it a second. Let's say like a half a second after he presses it. Then I'm going to rewind. No! Fuck! I need to repeat everything. Is this a new music? Alright. I think this might work. So it was like a half a second after. But I still won't know when to press it. Shit. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, because like I don't know when to press it actually. Oh, I could synchronize it to these plants, I guess. Then maybe that's it. I don't. How I can't see them with the other character, and I need to be fast because, like, the shadow is not going to last forever. So I could press the lever on the left to signal the other one. I don't think it will even the register actually. It's such a long time. Nope. Bad. Fuck. No. There we go. God damn it. It was like a bit late. I'm not even sure what to do now. The same thing again. God damn it. It disappeared. Damn it. I feel like I would have done it randomly faster by this point. Yeah, let's try random. Like random and basically the feel. Yep. I don't know what I'm supposed to have done there, but I guess trying to time with these eaters, plant man-eaters at the bottom, but I didn't really do that. I tried. Didn't work out. What is this for?
Quite a few puzzle games have cute names for their levels, and very often these names spoil the core surprise of the level, or at least leak information about how you should be thinking. I avoided this to the greatest degree possible.
I am curious about the names. That could be interesting.
The name 3 Easy Pieces is simply factual. These are the first 3 puzzle pieces in the game, and they are intentionally not too hard to get. Their role is just to help communicate the game's basic mechanics. But the name is also a reference back of my mind of Richard Feynman's lectures on physics, which is called 6 Easy Pieces. There's a follow-up book of Feynman lectures called 6 Not So Easy Pieces, and I had in the back of my mind that I might at some point title another level correspondingly, but the right situation never presented itself.
Ah, that's cool.
If you were hanging around in the early 2000s at conferences with game designers, you'd hear,
"Why did it lead to this?"
The Pit is an arcade game from 1982 that was some kind of amalgamation of other games. The goal was to go from your stranded UFO, hollowing out tunnels, avoiding falling boulders, and evading enemies. You go down through a dangerous pit, avoiding arrow traps, which were probably inspired by the film Raiders of the Lost Ark, to grab an energy crystal that could power your ship. Then you go back up across a quickly retracting floor above a giant monster in a pit of acid, and then return to your UFO. All of this happens on one screen. The game certainly had a lot of ideas going on at once. It was fairly random in its inspiration and design, as were so many games in the early 80s. It's a pretty simple game by modern standards, but it's a game I remember fondly, even though honestly I don't consider it to be one of the better games of the era. When programming home computers, like the TRS-80 color computer or the Commodore 64, I made several variants of the arrow trap room from the Pit because it's a relatively easy thing to imagine on a text display that has directional arrows in its character set. This made the Pit more of a formative experience for me as a programmer. This level has none of the actual mechanics from the arcade game, but I felt the name was a nice tribute.
No. Is it going to be a name or something that...
There and Back Again is a reference to J.R.R. Tolkien's book, The Hobbit. That book is not particularly relevant to what's in this game, but the reference felt cute at the time. Sometimes when a reference feels good, this is the subconscious noticing appropriate but subtle connections that strengthen the game as a whole. And this is a big part of the way that I design. So I try to respect that process and pay attention to it. But
What?
connection to what's in this game. But the reference felt cute at the time. Sometimes when a reference feels good, this is the subconscious noticing appropriate but subtle connections that strengthen the game as a whole. And this is a big part of the way that I design. So I try to respect that process and pay attention to it. But maybe, especially in an early game when you're not that mature of a designer, it could be random enthusiasm that defocuses the game by going off on a tangent. And also, you lost the opportunity to name the level something else that might contribute to a greater combined whole. To this day, I'm not sure which kind of reference this is.
Okay, that's honest. I like it. What was it?
The Ground Beneath Her Feet is a novel by Salman Rushdie that I quite enjoyed when I read it back in 1999. This could be interesting reading if you liked Braid.
Okay. Like, is there going to be any level that's going to reveal some kind of a clue about the whole story that Jonathan Blow tries to say? Or will he even say something about it? Because he seems to be avoiding interpreting like whatever he wrote there in the books.
Irreversible would be a dramatic title in most contexts, but it seems especially interesting in a game that is all about reversing things.
Oh,
The
literal.
name is also an oblique reference to the comic strip that Braid artist David Hellman had worked on, which was called A Lesson is Learned, but the Damage is Irreversible. I didn't name the level this because of the comic, but it became a reference by brute fact. And it's actually a weird
What?
coincidence that the whole theme is irreversible things. The name is also an oblique reference to the comic strip that Braid artist David Hellman had worked on, which
Oh,
was
it's
called
not
A Lesson
related
is
to the
Learned,
brain.
but the Damage is Irreversible.
Just the artist.
I
that
didn't
did
name the level
a
this
different
because
comic.
of the comic, but it became a reference by brute fact. And it's actually a weird coincidence that the whole theme of the World 2 fiction is learning lessons with the damage being reversible. Jumpman was a very popular platformer game in 1983 on home computers, but the source of its name is famous 1981 arcade game Donkey Kong, which was the first appearance of the character now known as Mario. Back then, he was just called Jumpman.
Probably knew that at some point, but I forgot.
Jumpman was a very popular platformer game in 1983 on home computers,
So
but the source of its name
Mario was
is
just
famous
called
1981
after
Jumpman
some
was a
other
very
game,
popular platformer
man.
game in Jumpman, appearance of the character now known as Mario. Back then, he was just called Jumpman. Elevator Action was a 1980s arcade game, and it was a favorite of mine. When designing Braid, once I decided there would be moving
Man, there's so
platforms,
many
and had the
arcade
idea that there would be
references.
levels based on 1980s arcade games, which actually never happened, a favorite of mine. Elevator Action
What kind
was
of
a
developers
1980s
are going
arcade game, and
to
it was
be
a
like
favorite of
in
mine.
20 years?
When designing Braid, once I decided there would be moving
After
platforms,
they've been
and had the idea that there would be levels
grown
based
on
on
like
1980s
Baldur's
arcade
Gates,
game, and it was Elevator on 1980s
Braid's
arcade games,
Witnesses,
which
and
actually
so
never
on.
happened with the you mine. When designing hear about that, I knew that I wanted to make a level called Elevator Action, but I didn't know which level that would be. Eventually, I came up with the idea for this level, which fit the bill, but it's not at all a coincidence. I had been thinking hard for ideas that used elevators just so that I could name a level Elevator Action.
That's funny. Really. Usually the title comes after you've made something, you know? But okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, imagine people trying to like interpret somebody else, somebody else's artwork, and they're just going to like misunderstand some things. You know, like a developer maybe just wanted to name a level after like a game or a book they read, and it has no connection whatsoever to the story of their game or their level. But like people who are trying to figure out their story in the game will try to like adapt it, will try to like merge it, connect it in some way, some crazy convoluted way, when it's just like a cute reference, and that's it. But sometimes it could be something relevant, and you'll never know unless the creator will come out and say it.
Originally, the levels didn't even have individual names. They were named by world index and subindex, for example, World 2-1. This was part of the game's overt Super Mario Bros. Influence. I wanted players to see the text World 2-1 and notice that it is just like what Super Mario Bros. Did.
Nah,
But
that would
after a
be,
while, I got less
not
excited
good.
about copying so many superficial details
That's
and decided that naming the levels would be better for the player and would help reinforce the
nothing
atmosphere
good.
of the game. In doing so, I lost a bit of referentiality, but I felt there was enough explicit reference to Super Mario Bros. In the monsters
Oh,
and the
you
endgame
think?
castles to do the intended communication. Even though the game no longer says World 2-1, all the levels are numbered internally. When I go work on a level, I load up World 5-3 or whatever. All that's invisible to the player, but there are some remnants that are visible to the player. In the house, the puzzle boards still say World 2, World 3, etc. The story screens have numbers in the titles, but don't anymore use the word world.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to figure out that there are Mario references in this game whatsoever. Yeah.
The character's name, Tim, is what it is because of the word time,
Yes.
of course.
Yes,
But
I knew it.
Braid didn't come up with this. In fact, the name is a reference to an obscure home computer game from the 1980s called Dino Eggs. In that game, the protagonist's name is Time Master Tim. Though such a name is far more apropos in Braid than in Dino Eggs, I didn't feel that the Time Master part fit the mood of the game that I was going for, so I just named him Tim. The name Tim also helps make a connection regarding the killer bunnies. The enchanter in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, who warns the heroes about the killer bunny, is named Tim.
What? Okay. That's a crazy reference. Yeah. I had a guess that Tim was named like that because of time. Actually, while I was learning Swedish, because there was like hour in Swedish is time, time is tid, and I was like, oh wait, time, team, suspicious. All right, that's the commentary that I like. I think that was a good choice. Speedruns.
I've
Sure.
said elsewhere
Wait.
that Braid
So you have speed runs and you have
Who's this?
challenge times.
Yeah.
How did you come up with those times?
I played them myself and saw how fast I could go, and then I made the times like easier than I could do by some percent.
Okay.
Because I figure, like, look, you know, as a developer, you're really good at the game from playing it all the time. You can't, like, in order to pass a challenge meant for a lot of people, you can't expect them to be as good as you because you're sitting there in front of the game all the time, right? Simultaneously, the best person in the world will probably be better than you because they'll spend all the time grinding on it. And so you just want to keep that in mind, and you want to pick something that's pretty reasonable. Now, there was one additional, well, okay. So it's not just about what are the times, but, you know, there are several single level speedruns and then a full game speedrun. And when it comes to the single level speedruns, those levels were chosen by picking levels where you could make a substantially faster time if you figure something out about how to do it. So it's not just 100% Twitch, but like, oh, if I do this specific thing, it's an efficient way to proceed through the level. And so it was something about encouraging deeper understanding of those levels, right? That was the real reason they were picked. And then, of course, the full game speed run covers that for the whole game.
So when a person does it in 18 minutes, does it surprise you? Do you ever watch them and
Yeah.
like you see something they did that you never thought of, or has that happened?
It's hard to remember. I mean, the main thing I remember last time I watched one of these, which was probably a little slower, I think I remember a 21-minute or something. You know, there's some jumping off a ladder glitch that you're not supposed to be able to do that people figured out. And I did sort of expect things like that, but at the same time, I did feel like the game was fundamentally mostly robust in a way more so than other games are. So you see all these games where they like glitch out of the map
Yep.
and go across and like land somewhere else. And
All
I
the
was
time.
pretty sure that for the most part, people wouldn't be able to do that. And that seems to still be true. So I'm not super surprised. At the same time, if you had asked me, what do you think is going to be the world record time? I would have picked faster than 18 minutes, probably. I don't remember what my time was. I feel like my time was 24 minutes. I think it's set to 35 or something.
45.
It's 45. Okay. No, then I think my time was probably, yeah, it might have been 24. I don't know. I'm not sure how it would be if I did it now.
That's a pretty gracious, I guess, extended time. Because the individual levels, I think it's the phase shift one that's set to 26 seconds.
I don't know. We could go look at the times, but they're all chosen by how fast could I do it and then add time. But,
There's no like
you know, the
play
full game
testing.
is a little bit different
It's
because
just
it's so
based on
long
the feeling.
that you can't expect people to really be perfect the whole way through. And so it has even more time added for those purposes. Like, okay, you can kind of mess up a little more because it's so big and you didn't memorize everything. Now, you still will lose if you just absolutely haven't figured out a puzzle again or you completely forgot it, right? Because you can easily spend 10 minutes trying to figure out one puzzle. But if you basically remember all the solutions, there's a lot of slack for mistakes in the full game. And so I think of the speed runs as being different in that way. Like the single level speed runs are about really perfecting that level. And the full game speed run is more like, do you have a comprehensive understanding of the game such that you can make it in this time? But that's, you know, this is always my policy about speed runs. So there's a different thing in The Witness, but that's
Wait, there's
broadly a similar
something
idea
for
where there's timing
speedrun
involved and a time limit.
Ah,
And I was
What?
doing an interview with Giant Bomb, like right when the game came out. And they were like kind of skeptical that I could do it because, you know, it was thought of as pretty hard. So I was like, all right, you got a PlayStation 4 here. Let me do it. I usually play mouse and keyboard, but I'll do it on the gamepad. And I proceeded to do it in under the time limit, like right there on the interview. But I stopped right before solving the final puzzle because I didn't want to give him the platinum trophy for free. So I did not complete the thing.
Okay. I don't quite get the speedrun. I mean, it's really not for me because like Braid is definitely not for speedruns. Like I don't quite find it a great game for that. I mean, you can speedrun anything, but I don't know. It's just the enjoyment of the game is not in doing it fast. It's just in figuring out and discovering puzzles. But the games like Dark Souls or platformers when you need to like agility, muscle memory, it works better for sure.
That Braid was designed mostly not, I've said elsewhere, that Braid was designed mostly not to be an action game in order not to interfere with the crispness of the puzzles.
I just keep going to
On the other
say
hand,
the same
once
thing.
you finish the game, we have speed runs, and the speed runs seem to be all about doing levels in a tweaky, actiony way. So isn't this a contradiction? Well, not really. The speedruns do require clean execution, but they are there to test your understanding of the puzzles in the game. Maybe you fumbled through some puzzles or guessed or brute forced something. You can't do that when the clock is ticking, so you need to refine and clean up your understanding of the game, which is nice. The single level speedruns all take place on levels where there's a clean thing to figure out that reduces your time a great deal. So the single level speedruns are about the puzzles ultimately, even though the mechanism by which they work is action and timing. The full game speedrun is more of a grand challenge. The timing is not so tight, so much more so the full game speedrun.
Eh. In here, kind of. I think it's monologue. No! How do I get back now? Oh, okay. Just need to stand in a very specific place. Alright, I think I need to use these. Huh. I don't have enough. Huh. Maybe it's the same as in Moriarty's, but it's like it's so slow. It shouldn't work. Kind of? Almost? Didn't do it right. Oh, okay, I understand. You need to block. But, there's no, like, shadow to help me out. I'm not fast enough. Or will it block one while it's falling? Okay, somehow worked. Okay, it seems to be. Now what? Okay, I guess I needed to be more precise in the beginning. Because I don't think this is salvageable anymore. But I can't stand there. Wow. Okay, I need to maybe jump and then jump. Ah, fuck. Damn it. Reversible. Damn it. Yeah, I'm not. Whoop. Not sure. What if I kill the character? the key will should drop. But then I still can't get there. And the door got locked. Sheesh. Did it work? I'm not even sure. Oh boy. Was kind of close to it, but I don't think the character will actually be able to go through the door. I have a feeling I need to like stop the time maybe. The cannons are affected by time, so by stopping the time I'm also stopping them. I don't know what that gives me. Weirdly, the cannonballs also just appear in the air. It's like, fuck. I could jump at this door, but I can't get back. That's the problem. I could try to jump at this door and rewind super quickly back. I don't know. It seems to putting me below. But by rewinding, I'm also erasing the past that I jumped at the door, so that's exactly what I need. It doesn't actually serve any purpose. Is that the right way to think about it? let's say also. Guard. Guardrails. It's like I can't get up without standing here. God. Duh. I mean, it was kind of close. But it's like the door also closes up. So like, if the door was also not affected by time, I could have opened it, like bumped on it, but then rewinded back and actually went through. But I can't do that. Oh. Give me a sec. How's the stream doing? Just doing some weird stuff on my screen, to be honest. Uh-oh. Or maybe it's just when I minimized. Yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah, we're good. Nope. I really don't know about this one. Ugh. The same every time. Maybe like a little sprint before going. Ah, fuck. God damn it. but also die. It's not enough. It doesn't really do much. Okay, what if... do that? Maybe that's it. Ah. Still bumps! Still bumps! I have a feeling that's it. Ugh. Shit. Ooh, yeah, what if I'm just so close to the door it opens up while I'm on the platform or something like that. Like I feel like I'm so close now. God damn it. It doesn't seem like I can jump in without door being already unlocked. Oh, I can't. Never mind. Apparently I already went through these in other worlds. The structure is strange, to say the least. What are those?
The Pit is an arcade game from 1982 that was some kind of amalgamation of other games. The goal was the Lost Ark, to grab an energy crystal that could power.
Why? It's everything about the pit?
World 4 is time is tied to space.
I guess so. For some reason there's no like book indicating if I already went through these or not. Alright, get the puzzle. Moving on. So this is what, monologues? No. Special topics. Not sure. Ah, actually. Not all of these are available via other routes to the commentary, but they are gathered here for convenience. But any puzzles covered here? It's a clock. No. Okay. Is it? Wait, is it like binary clock? Huh, maybe. Oh wait, so 7, what's the character length for binary? Eight? Seems to be binary, but I'm not sure what exactly happens here. It's not seconds for sure. Okay. Got binary number converter. So, wait. One, 127 is 7 ones. The fuck that means. Yeah, that was all zeros. Yeah. So it's just a counter from 0 to 127 in binary. Yeah. Let me pass. I don't know what you can teach, like, how can you teach programming in a video game with the commentary?
I wanted World 4 to have a feel that matches the rest of the game in basic situations. You run around and jump and climb at the same speed as in other worlds. Then we use your motion to drive the advancement of time for everything else in the level. So first, we run our simulation step for only the player, holding the rest of the world constant. This gives us a value, delta x0, the amount by which the player moves in the x direction if the rest of the world were totally still. Most of the time, it's very simple from there. If we want to know how much time should pass for the rest of the world, we just take delta x0 and multiply it by some factor f that we use to determine how much time passes for each unit moved in space. This constant is arbitrary. We can turn it up or down, and time will move faster or slower relative to your own motion. We'll call the amount of time that passes as a result of this conversion delta t0. Delta t0 is just delta x0 times f. Now we're concerned with a special case. What if the player is standing on something that's moving? As we mentioned, the movement of whatever he's standing on should carry him as time passes, affecting the total x distance that he moves. So the amount of time that passes with each step should be different. Once we have computed delta t0, we know how far the platform or cloud would have moved in that time. If v is the velocity of the cloud, it will move by v times delta t0. Because that cloud is carrying the player, this also represents the additional distance the player will move. So if we say that delta x1 equals v times delta t0, the total distance the player will now move is delta x0 plus delta x1. But this extra distance moved by the player means that more time should pass. If we say that delta t1 is this additional time, so that the total time passing so far is delta t0 plus delta t1. Then just like before, we use f to convert space to time. Delta t1 is equal to delta x1 times f. But so far we've only simulated the platform for a delta t0 amount of time, so we need to add extra time, which means adding extra distance, which means adding even more time. So we can compute delta x2, delta t2, delta x3, delta t3, and so on. Each delta x is just v times the previous delta t, and each delta t is just f times the previous delta x. In the game, because of the way we're plugging this into later World 4 code, we solve for the sum of all delta x from delta x0 to delta x infinity. If you wanted to think mainly about time instead, you could solve for the sum of all the delta t's. Because we just multiply v times f every step, this is a simple geometric series. It converges as long as v times f is less than 1. If the platform were moving fast enough, it could carry the player faster and faster with each step, so that an infinite amount of distance is traversed, which would make it pretty hard to play the game. Fortunately, as long as v times f is less than 1, there's a closed-form solution for this equation, and this is it. To get the sum total of an infinite number of time steps, we just divide delta x0 by 1 minus v times f.
I don't understand. Is there like a limit for how fast it can accelerate? Is that it? Because otherwise it would accelerate faster and faster. Should it? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Oh, it's open. This one is super fast. I guess you must climb. Yes, I think it's too fast. This is a pretty creepy one. Ah, fuck! I think I might need to even go back further. There and back again. I can't jump. Fuck. Oh, there we go. Oh, my lovely, lovely time equals space. Why the platform goes to the left? So why the world is so fast? Christ! I think I need to do, like, 2 jumps. Nope. Okay, not this. Nope. But how? When I go here, it goes up. And go backwards, he goes... And then he dies also, for some reason. Wow. Sounded so fast too. Feel like I'm supposed to just figure something out here. Oh, of course. I don't think I can do anything here. Oh. So fast. But don't die. No. Just stay alive. Holy shit. Every jump, it just turns around. I can't get to its back. Stay still. Shit. But I'm facing backwards. Why do you die? Damn it. I need a double jump like before. Ooh. Oh, okay, I don't know how that happened, but I'll take it. Let me go. Murderous bunny. Alright, done. That's not it. Huh. Playthrough. What is this? You can play the game in a normal way from the beginning with some commentary. It's not all commentary that exists, as that would be too messy. It's a set hand select to be nice with linear play. Man, that's exactly what I kind of wanted to do. But now, like, there was so much commentary already that I don't know which one is going to be the one that I listened to. Which one is going to be the one that I didn't. Okay, no, I don't. Will it actually reset the game too? What will happen to the main world? Huh, sound waves. Holy shit. Okay, what is going on? Why is there dots in the air? Jonathan Blow. What the heck? There's a key there, but I think you need to actually go... Yeah, what about this? But... It's not affected by time, so it should work in theory. I guess it doesn't work because of this platform, that you need to switch with another lever. Alright, and in order to do that, you need to get the key, and in order to get the key, you probably need to get all the way to the other side. Can you just do it through crawling here? Why does it switch to original graphics? I'm trying to listen to... What? It just compares the sound of cannons?
This was a level in the original game that was rather noisy. There are cannons shooting constantly all over, making the sound a cacophony you can't really decode or get any useful information from. Furthermore, this constant noise disturbs the mood of the music, so all in all, sound loses its purpose here and you get tired, and a lot of people probably turned off audio at this point in the game, unfortunately. So, here we needed to clean up the whole mix to make it communicate the gameplay better, meaning that only the most relevant sounds at any given moment should be heard. That would also make it less enervating and give room for the mood of the music. First thing is that the original cannons didn't really sound like cannons, so you don't instinctively link these sounds to anything meaningful relating to the gameplay. Though of course at this point in the game you will probably have learned what the sound is, so this is more an issue in the earlier levels. And then furthermore, there were only 2 different shot sounds in the original game, making it even more monotonous. They were these 2 sounds, and the impacts were like this. So we designed all new shots and impact sounds that had more hints of powder and fire and had much more variation in them. The only thing we kept from the original sound effects was the very characteristic little attack sound that to us made it keep the Braid signature. So this is how the new sounds ended up. And here are some of the bullet impacts. Secondly, we tweaked a lot on the overall volume and listening radius of each cannon in this level to make sure you only hear the immediately relevant cannons and shots. And thirdly, but probably most important, we introduced stereo panning of sounds. Because in the original game all sounds played heart center, but by introducing stereo panning we opened up the whole audio image, making it much easier for the brain to decode and point out what objects make which sound. A small note on the cannon shots and impact is that, as mentioned, they are completely redone from scratch except for the very small attack sound. But because we wanted all sounds in the game to be kept in this expressionistic art style like in organic painting, we didn't focus so much on sounds from actual shots and cannons, but more on small chemical reactions and strange sparks and puffs. So here are some of the elements that these shots consist of.
Nah, I don't want to listen to this. Sorry, man. I don't know what to think about. Like, it's cool that it exists, but like at the same time, like you need to be a certain kind of, like if you're a journalist that wants to know more and like write about it, that's like pretty nice information to get probably. I feel like maybe, like because he put the new levels, which like what all the people are going to want to do, if you just put them in the specific area, not locked through, though, like the commentary worlds are also kind of puzzles themselves, I guess. I guess you have an option of just skipping it. I don't know. Just something weird about this design to me. I think I can't actually get anywhere from here. There's a locked door with another key. So I need a key first. I wonder if this sound wave means anything. If you can like put it in somewhere and get a melody. Yeah, it's probably the melody that plays actually. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, and then... Bah. But you can't get to the last one. What now? Do I get anything from being here? Whoa. Wait, what? Where did he go after? Oh. I thought he went into the cannon. Whoa. Whoa. I don't get it. Wait, I can get here from this ladder. What I was trying to do there, I don't even know. Shit. I don't want to get to the other side, to the top basically, but... Is that the way to do it? They're at the top there when I'm here, and that doesn't help. Okay. Can actually get to the keys earlier. Which I didn't realize. Okay, I forgot about this. Yeah, you can't move with the key. Oh boy. Here we go. So far so good. Oh yeah, the key needs to be down there. So yeah, my goal is to get down. Can I do it later? Oh wait, there's a ladder there. Oh. Easy there. Alright. It wasn't that hard. Wait, what? But what about... It's because it's the rule for switching keys. I didn't know. I forgot it existed. It's been a thing. What is happening? What? What the fuck was that? It might get switched again. Sacred Pass. All right, this level was actually kind of a like the most puzzle-ish level. That is not actual puzzle level. Like the most convoluted one out of commentary worlds. Ah, it's right there. Okay. I need to read this my cat one moment. I don't quite see how that helps. I guess I need to stop myself in midair. Shit. Fuck. Come on, the window. So fucking short. Nope. But why is there three levels there? Wasn't it just like one ladder up? Hmm. Like, I can't be there. Shit. I might have fucked it up. I can't be there already. Oh, but I can't climb there fast enough. It's like, what's the point of climbing to the right at all if I can just start jumping around here? Dang it. So I can't be directly below? Yeah, I don't know. Fuck. I don't know even if it's the right action to do. And what am I even trying to do? It's another question, wait. Oh, wait, I want the Joes to be there, not myself. Okay, establish that. So I want to be as fast as possible there to basically bump the Joe with my head so it continues to go, and then do it again there somehow. Okay, now it makes a bit more sense. How do I do it? Well, I guess I could do it with the rewind 2 times. Well, let's test it first, if it works. Okay. So yeah, I need to stand there for a long time. Then stand here for a bit. We got it. Hey, I could have opened this. That's just rude. As excerpts from an interview of Braid's primary visual artist, David Helmy, conducted by Frank Cifaldi of the Video Game History Foundation.
What I would do was kind of work with one brush a lot of the time, and that changed a bit which one I was using, but I'd work with one brush that was like a round brush with a very simple shape, or maybe like a little bit of texture, a little bit of grain on it, or like sometimes I was using a brush with a canvas texture that a lot of people noticed in the original Braid. I'm using one brush and its opacity is set to like 60 to 75%. And as I go, I'm sampling with the eyedropper. So I'm sampling locally, painting transparently, and then sampling again. So I'm getting more subdivisions of color. And so that's kind of how I worked on it.
And when you revisited it, did you go back to your old techniques to make sure you were sort of being true to Braid, or did you have new techniques to come up with sort of similar aesthetics?
I think I did largely the same thing. I was working, actually, I did the new Braid art mostly in Procreate on my iPad, which I was using for a long time. So a little bit different workflow, but yeah, very similar ultimately.
This wall looked like some locked card or something.
Well, this is the beginning of the whole project for me. John was looking for an artist to add art to his game, Braid, which was already totally functional and kind of fully designed end to end, although it would change more over time. He was auditioning a lot of artists and sent screenshots of the stripped down programmer art, and my task was to paint over and decide what this might look like. I don't remember what direction he gave me at this point in time. Probably one of the first things he would have asked for is a very clear differentiation between foreground and background, because I remember that was a strong motif throughout. To me, it's really cool to see how wide open it was at this point. We have like a crystalline cave type of setting, kind of reminds me of Yoshi's Island. Then there's a sort of jungly stage. This one's interesting because it has silhouetted figures dancing. It reminds me of the beginning of Mulholland Drive, the credit sequence. But this is a kind of collage approach that I didn't use in Braid, but I'm kind of using a little bit now in my current project, in a sense.
I'm kind of getting Shadow of the Colossus out of this other one.
Oh yeah, the ruins.
Yeah.
Yeah, ruins and kind of misty hills. Yeah, it does have a Shadow of the Colossus atmosphere. I think the most interesting ones to me are the ones with the kind of pastel-like abstract backgrounds. They're probably abstract, but I still read them as physical spaces. Are these buildings? Are these stylized hills? I don't know, but there's a hazy atmosphere. There's light back there. There are free-floating color splotches, bright, saturated colors, and those are things that would end up in Braid, in spirit at least, in some form.
I find the last one interesting because...
With the autumn leaves?
Yeah, because moving autumn leaves were actually in John's programmer art. So this is something you might have observed somewhere in a build, maybe?
Definitely. I mean, I'm definitely at this point influenced by what I saw of the game. John had put falling leaves and other atmospheric elements already into the game. And there was actually some artwork done before me by, I don't know the names, but there was an art firm hired to do the art, which became unavailable, which is why John was looking again. But there was some art in there that was a kind of storybook illustration style, very different from what I ultimately did. But I think some of the flavor influenced me somehow, because that was my kind of total sense of what the flavor of the game was all these elements that were already present.
Yeah, I don't know how the work that he showed could have influenced him, actually. It's so much different. Like, sure, there are falling leaves, but hey. I can't find any more good storytelling game after Baldur's Gate 3, JC says. Well, there's plenty. If you're looking for, like, RPG type, the Larian did 2 games before that, Divinity Original Sin, if you played it. Both. Though they are... The presentation is not even closely the same as in Baldur's Gate 3, but you could try those. I mean, Larian also been inspired by Bioshock, which is Dragon Age Origins. You can try this game. Like Mass Effect, a lot of storytelling. Bethesda, Fallout, New Vegas. shitload of storytelling, those RPGs. If you want just storytelling, there are Telltale games, like interactive movie types with choices. Borderlands, like amazing game. I mean, not the game Borderlands, but the Telltale one, the Tales from the Borderlands. But the second Borderlands is great too. First was bad, and third was bad, but like for different reasons. Haven't tried one of the ones that I mentioned. I think you will find what you're looking for. in one of them. Interesting. R tier.
I just like looking at these because it's the beginning. Everything is unformed. It's like the kind of first impulses, first ideas before they've taken shape.
Is this how your process goes typically?
I don't know about typically. I feel like it's been different each time.
It's like
but
you
I
have -5
I feel like this
vision
might have been
and-
my
and no glasses.
impulse to start this way on Braid. I mean, I was more immersed in painting at the time, painting as like a way of approaching not just talking about physical materials, but painting distinguished from drawing, like drawing being more about line and painting being more about like color shapes and like adjacency of color areas and stuff. Yeah, I was trying to get feelings out of the color. I can really see it in the green one, the green with the white and the teal and the pink above. That really feels like World 2 to me. It's clearly like green being like a natural landscape, spring-like beginning, fresh, the blue and the pink, bright and kind of
Concept.
and the light back there kind of encouraging and like beckoning. See like intense blue on that dark column. I mean, they're more representational things emerging. It's clearly a tree and bushes, but I don't know if that column is like
It's the originals. Or first concepts. What are those?
I think what's interesting, I'm also aware of how a game took form, and definitely I can talk about my intentions and what I was thinking and happy accidents and so on, but it's actually kind of hard to describe accurately. I was thinking about like a forest environment, a lot of the solid ground and what was decorative, and there were kind of gaps and spaces between the trees, for example, that might have implied you could go over here, but you really couldn't. So what I tried to do was not that. I tried to really make it clear what was the play space and what was a solid thing or an inaccessible thing, not just because that's better for, comprehension and puzzle solving, but because you can mislead and create kind of confused feeling. If the player looks at the screen and thinks, can I get up there? And then has to go through a mental process of realizing that's only because the artist left it blank or that's only decorative. I think there's like a dissonance between the game and the presentation that just feels kind of disappointing on some level.
That's the old designs, I guess. Not his. Okay, there's definitely more stuff on these ones. the hourglass with the castle. That's basically what's on the poster arts.
These are some early concepts I did, probably some of the earliest things I worked on before I was too deeply involved in any specific world or had created any usable assets yet. They're kind of a direct extension from the hiring test that I'd done. Even though this doesn't look like anything exactly that's in the game, I can tell which worlds these are related to, and I'm sure I was already taking some direction from John and aware of what kinds of environments would be present. The large figure in the background, it looks like a kind of topiary garden thing, and it's backlit, and there's the clouds above. Organic should be artificial for, which in the final game, it back.
Alright. That's the early one. But the constellations are already there. Yeah, cool. The basically concept art. The fuck is this? It's some cyberpunk pimp shit. Shit. I didn't want to go there. Ah. Oof. That's rough. The thing with the controls is also an early one. Okay, so the final world basically was behind doors. Where do you get these from too? Like, did he just save his early builds? Like, I doubt he's been doing screenshots. This must has to have been done like after, like while making this anniversary. Or maybe some reference materials from an artist. Who knows? Like, the early build character is such a derp. Cool. No, take me back. same. The stock image. That's kind of nice. Like if it weren't always the clouds, it'd actually be not too bad. Hell. Oh, that's a mini boss. It looks disgusting. Oh yeah, the chandeliers. Telling a story. Okay. Will he actually tell something about the chandeliers?
So it was
here?
time to back up and make sure we had a handle on how we were
Moriarty
gonna
that had a
manage
pretty
this
nice
progression,
observation.
this tonal progression from World 2 all the way through to World 6 and then World 1 after that. So I actually stepped back and did concepts for everything, just to make sure that we had a sense of variety and progression. So there's different color palette in each world. They would all refer one to each other is interesting to me. I'm playing with more there that look, but then on the mount does form in the background. There's sometimes red and a bit of a. I like something like this. I don't feel too good about Paul, but he's the boss creature who's sleeping in his underground chamber. I think the monster has a sympathetic aspect. I don't feel too good about the harm Tim's
No.
causing him. He has
No.
really strong human legs. This is recognizably the lair of the boss you fight. This scene I actually developed all in one piece. It has like really excessive number of unique elements. There were tons of wood beams that came out of this, and I remember John said we don't need to go this far in most cases. There's some differences from the final in terms of like the exact contour of the ground and other details, but this just shows that in progress. The chandelier figures into that boss fight. Did a few versions, what it ought to look like. The first thing I notice here actually is there's a version of the chandelier that's teal that has electrical bulbs. It's funny because in the remaster we made it teal, whereas in the original we went with brown, which was not a great idea because the trellis behind it is brown, so it doesn't stand out very well. I also like looking at the clasp that holds the chandelier up. That's the thing you touch. That's like the touch target, the hitbox that releases the chandelier. So I was trying to draw attention to that. It's actually pretty subtle in the game. It's a really small thing that you can find. But I did do a version where it was much larger, colorful, and this interesting one that's two hands holding onto each other, which is pretty on the nose, you know, trying to take these game mechanics and give them a kind of human interpersonal resonance, some feeling of loss or whatever. Here's just another piece of concept art, unfinished, developing the
that's all I have
atmosphere,
to
the
say.
feeling of running through the rain, which happened.
Like, I mean, like, into
I had a new version, a couple screenshots of the game in development, and I just think it's cool. Various things that would. So it was time to back up.
Stop.
So it was time to back up and make sure we had a handle on how we were gonna manage this progression.
Yeah, I like how you showed old one, new one, and then old no one and new one side by side, and not just this right away. Okay. Yeah, the new one's much better in terms of like I never even noticed the face, or at least like I thought the face was different. I thought it was a man in glasses sleeping with his eyes closed before. I didn't know that it was Team looking up in fear apparently, or like some surprise maybe. So important thing to have was the bottle falling off from somewhere while drinking with a girl. That was the direction, it seems like. Good night, Jay-Z. But why? Yeah, it's not good. There was no one here. Empty bed. The Braid. Okay. The smiling woman behind on the poster also appears here. But like in the old one, it doesn't? It does. Yeah. Is this John Blown's commentaries? View of the plane is unconvincing. Can you see the ground? Low perspective to increase vertigineousness of the city walls. Not sure what that means. It's like vertigo, feeling of vertigo, maybe? Verti... Vertigineousness. Not sure if it's going to even appear in, as a word.
Vertiginous.
Vertiginous. Extremely high or steep. Relating to the relating to or affected by vertigo, yeah. Building facades look wobbly and bad. Whoa. Chair backs look weird. The whole picture looks weird. Though, I would agree. That too. But like, you would think that was kind of the point as well? It's like not perfect in a sense. Why does the team look like a different guy in each of these? Good question. Okay, I want to confirm it was.
This is really horny, and Tim's making out with his girlfriend, I guess.
Cool.
But he's making a mistake because he's, kind of entangled at the moment, and they're drinking wine, and he reaches up for his wine glass, but he's knocking over the bottle. This world is about forgiveness, and mistakes can be repaired or undone. Yeah, like no pain really has to stay with you. You can roll back the tape.
So the idea here is that Tim's already sort of thinking about like the small mistakes he made. Perhaps he's doing that thing that one does when obsessing over their past, where they're trying to find like that tiny mistake they could have fixed.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's maybe obsessing over small mistakes, or I think there's also a way that, this clumsy mistake of knocking over the bottle is like kind of physical misstep you take in the game, falling on some spikes or something like that. But of course, the whole context of considering a relationship really makes you see those things as metaphorical for like emotional hurt and being able to quickly repair and kind of move past a kind of insult or injury or feeling of abandonment or whatever may come up, as opposed to letting those things accrue into a sense of like sustained threat or something else that could really be alienating. The new version is very faithful to the old one, but many parts look really close. There's a lot more detail, even in like the bottle
like
itself
himself
has a
at
better
all.
cylindrical shape, with reflections and the wine inside. Tim's face has a lot more detail. There's a compositional
It's not ginger.
assist coming from the atmosphere in the something beckoning Tim away into a realm of magic, maybe of danger eventually. But here we see him still kind of surrounded by friendly people, raising his glass with others in some kind of toast, I guess. It looks like a safe situation, although he's withdrawing in his mind. His eyes are closed. He's probably tipsy. The window behind him is calling out. The golden light is kind of suffusing into him, and it's almost like he's fading back out of his present situation.
Why are his eyes closed?
He's going into some kind of inner state. He's not totally present with everybody there. He's participating. He's raising his glass for the toast, but he's, well, we don't know that it's a toast. I see one person doesn't. Oh, that's in the new version.
Yeah.
Well, in the new version, not everybody is toasting. We don't know why. But I think that was a compositional thing I added to make more sense of the hand being there. But yeah, it's funny. He really looks like he's toasting and someone beside him is gesticulating. But yeah, he's definitely kind of withdrawn. He's in his own world at the same time. So he's kind of in two places.
In the new
The main
version.
thing I'm noticing again is better management of values. a lot like in the second painting. Tim is bright. In this case, his face is bright. To make that stand out, I put something dark behind it, but that's really, even more than in the painting for World 2, this strategy of putting something dark behind Tim is
Like much
really working
better
against the atmosphere of the
drawn
scene
now.
because that window needs to be really bright to feel like it's calling
Little
him in. So I think
star
this is a case where
shapes
values are really
near
important,
the
like a really
plate
bright window
and
hitting the side of his
to
face,
the left.
hitting the
bottom
contour of his
plus.
sleeve, to
Yeah,
cover
contour
kind
of
of going
sleeve.
him,
God damn it.
and therefore is immersed in old thoughts and feelings and reminiscences of his youth. So here's
Yeah.
a childhood bedroom full of tokens of his youthful interests and hobbies. The figure in the doorway, who's presumably a parent, maybe
What?
saying goodnight and turning off the light, or maybe entering.
I thought that was Tim.
We're not sure. There's one creepy detail here.
Yeah, I just
And
noticed two
I won't
ends.
exactly point
from
you
the
to
other.
it, but I'll say that
Why?
every painting
It's a
has some
commentary.
hint of the presence of the princess.
Yeah,
Maybe just
I
out
just
of view
noticed
or just barely
the hands.
entering.
First thing I'm noticing is that you have incorporated the rocking horse from the level.
That's true. I think that's the major point here, that the rocking horse from World 4 now appears in this room. I mean, and in fact, like, I think that's a kind of reciprocity because a lot of the new objects in World 4, scenery objects,
Why? Stop
are things that
talking
are like
it's
childhood
surreal.
playthings
Just
taken from
explain.
this scene or at
All
least
you
inspired by this
know.
scene. So it's trying to strengthen the connection a little bit
Stop
between
holding
the painting
back.
and World 4.
Damn it.
So there's also a pretty big change to the composition, I'd say, of the bed.
I
Is
think
it?
the perspective is working a lot better here, and there's a much improved sense of depth. And partially that's achieved by fixing the perspective and like being more intentional about where those perspective lines are going. And we can now see the full width of the bed, which gives us a much better sense of the space and also is like a compositional boost because of that dark corner at the bottom right. The bed looks a lot longer, which I maybe even felt like just the new duality of the world is the mashup of it is, though we sense expressions changed a bit. I think you can read into that what you like. I think I wasn't trying to change that. Maybe there's more ambiguity in his mouth, but his eyes are more present, which I think gives him more presence overall, compared to the sunken dark Tim whose eyes are hidden. What I know about World 6 is that it is about the slow down ring, about the ring that makes people hesitant to approach Tim, and about a feeling of chilly distance and kind of being lost in all the social roles and contrivances and manners of social life, feeling alienated from some essence, I guess, or from some authenticity. And so here we see Tim in the heart of the city. We've gone from like a pastoral scene in the beginning while he's gazing at this trash pile, which for some reason has a glowing ring. I mean, I guess I'm just describing what's really obvious, but
I didn't notice
I think
that.
I always wanted this one to be
Actually.
kind of looking up, but in the first version, it's more of a tilted feeling, like a Dutch angle or something. Just by managing the perspective better,
there
yeah, you can
Uncle
see the
Sam?
buildings rising up overhead. You get more of that sense of like vertiginous space above him, the atmosphere, and again, like I'm managing the values better. So whereas the first one is very murky, now it's a lot more organized, and you can tell, you get a sense of the space behind him, even though we are drawn into this relationship between Tim and the ring that he's looking at. And in every case, there's some mistake.
Might be why you changed it, right? Because it's
Yeah.
like, well, you didn't have control over being stung.
Yeah.
I mean, is this here, the car, is that possibly a World 2 one?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the car's broken down, but the couple is harmed somewhere. I think it describes the princess turning her head in her braid, like dancing and, I don't know, with some attitude or something like that, with dismissal or disdain or something like that. But anyway, yeah, there's no other presence of a actual braid. So this is, I mean, I like,
Yeah, there's
I like
not
this.
much
It's-
braid in Braid.
It's pretty developed for a rough painting. It feels like it's halfway done or so. It could have been one of the paintings. It's the file name says World 4 Aloof, but I don't really remember my thinking about this except for it's a gaze of a, I don't know if I want to say male gaze or what, but it's like a desiring gaze or kind of idealizing gaze that's like fixating on some of her physical features. There's a sense of infatuation, I think, like the light hitting her hair. The arm is like a porcelain arm. There's like a sense of perfection about it. It's kind of strange. Yeah, I think it's just a kind of indelible image of like a infatuated kind of viewpoint of somebody idealizing. But she's not looking, so she's not looking at us. So it's definitely a kind of desiring look, but we don't know whether there's any relationship here or how she would look back, or are we projecting something
perspective
because we
is
don't really
so
see her
weird
face,
too,
so we
on
don't
the
know
right.
we don't know anything
It's
about
so
her, but
warped.
we know there's something captivating, at least from our perspective.
Hey, what? There were more pictures. I was waiting for his commentary on the commentaries. Gotta be John Blow there. Yeah, holy shit. The attention to detail is very high. What? Invisible? Okay, but you can't figure it out because, like, hey, you need to get to that commentary somehow. The hell are those? B. A, B. The B should have been the B option. What are you doing? Imagine that being in Braid. Fuck. The hell? Oh yeah, that's more fun. Still. That's so huge. But it's kind of like plushy, and you kind of feel you can jump off it. It's like a pillow, like a rubber.
On April 1st, you announced a new feature.
On April 1st, we announced a new feature that's a companion creature, sort of a chaperone character like Navi from Zelda. And this is a character called Bloopy. And he's very friendly. He's got a propeller on his head. He can appear at any time, and just if you're stumped at all, then he can, get you past that discomfort. You're not here for that. You want to be entertained. So as the game progresses, Bloopy remains by your side, but he does age. He does show the wear and tear on his body, on his face, and he does begin to sag over time, and eventually he will die, and then Tim is alone again.
I didn't get this feeling out of the last world. I wish I did. The fuck is that? Let's solve the goddamn puzzles. Double bow. That's a ring one. Oh. Yep. Maybe? Please. There's something below, it seems like. Maybe not. Oh, there is a guy. But I can't influence. Oh wait, I can. I totally can. Shit. Damn it. Come on, little guy. That's it. Is it new? No. We already did this kind of thing with one of the puzzles, but I don't know. I don't mind. There were some mind-blowing ones that he added. Oh wait, that was just gallery. Sheesh. How do I get there? Is there invisible? Nope. But how? There's a lot. Holy moly. Can I actually solve this one? Like, do I need to go somewhere, or? 'Cause I don't see anything I can interact with here to get there. Weird. What was the point of the ring, actually? That's funny. Yeah, that was the ring puzzle, the last one. And I didn't need to do anything, like, I just needed to stop the time. What? What? There's gotta be some, like, upper level, I guess. What is this lever? Why? It's as if you want to have two paths, top and bottom. Okay, this kind of looks like a launcher. Oh, do I need to bring a Joe? Oh no. Oh. And then we need to start again. Okay, well, that will bring him... Where do I want to bring him? I want to bring him, it seems like, to the second floor. Or third, I guess. Like the second platform. And he might fall where I need him to fall. It's basically trial and error, honestly. Okay, Joe, time to... Oh, come on, like you can't... Fuck off. I hope I don't need to restart, because there's other things I did in the level. Might not work. Oh wait, I can rewind. For some of these, it might work. Oh shit. Bit too fast. God damn it. Can I even be fast enough? Oh. I need to restart the whole fucking thing. I don't think they restarted actually. No, they did. Okay, so I need to get him up, it seems like. Then he'll go through here. Then he'll fall. Right? It seems like there are doors. Oh, maybe you want to prevent the cannonball from hitting him. That's why the doors are there. Okay, he keeps going then. Keeps going. But then, why is there a lift? I guess red herring to make you think like, well, the lifts are there for purpose other than the puzzle. But then, okay, I want him to be here? But how? What? I'll bring him here, right? And then what? maybe there's some kind of secret. Actually, if I trap him in the other place, maybe, like there, if I can just jump a little bit higher, I'll step on some kind of platform. Because that happened with the stars. He might have done it again, which is a bit bullshit, to be honest. But I mean, it's fucking commentary. Still, like, so far they weren't super hidden. Shit. Okay. No, nothing. Yeah, I want to be faster than him. Oh, what? He can jump off them? I didn't know that. Okay, so we can get him here. Shit, I do actually need to... What? What am I supposed to do? Fuck, what? Oof, oof, oof. I mean, I could, yeah. Close this door, open the other, open at the right moment, get him here. Then what? This kind of will kill him for sure. So it's gotta be, we gotta need to get him here. For some goddamn reason. Maybe. Ah. But yeah, I need to rewind the whole thing. Because we can't do it as he moves. Yeah, I thought there was something strange going on. And if you get unlucky on the timing where you're going to release him, the whole thing is going to be ruined. God damn it. need to be behind him here. What? Oh, fuck off! Like what? Oh, I can't do anything. I can't do anything. I can maybe slow him down a little bit with the rabbit, with the bunnies. Fuck. How did I do it? I did manage to jump over him last time. Oh, this is so dumb. It goes through, so I can't this bodyguard. And even if I could, like I would need to rewind anyway. It doesn't work. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Just got unlucky with when I released him. Let's do it again, I guess. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. I don't know why I had this reaction. Okay, this time is going to work. You're here with me, buddy. Or is it just to time the cannon? Or maybe there's a platform. So there is a lever there downstairs for some reason. I don't quite understand what for. I guess there is like a good timing where he can pass, but then he's just going to fall here. I guess I still can use his head, maybe. Okay, maybe. There, I should have done it there. No. be promising. Ah, come on. I don't like this one. In the slightest. Now this doesn't work. Okay, this might. Yes, okay. What? Maybe the ladder? Oh. Oh, to get to this one is insane. And you can't do it again. So I need to solve this now.
This puzzle, new in the Anniversary Edition, shows a clear application of excuses. But because I don't want to spoil the puzzle, I'll leave it as an exercise for the player to formulate clearly what these excuses are.
Okay. Hey, where the fuck? Okay. It has these little gaps, but not walls. Yeah, so that locks the puzzle piece. So I need to kill him, and I did kill him before, didn't I? Because I totally shot a few rounds. Maybe the other gun also destroys. Why did I even raise the green platform? So I could sand it further. Oh shit, I think... No. What's the purpose of the green platform? Oh, okay. What does that give me? Could get to the time where I blocked the shot here, right? Then I need to quickly somehow block it with the other one. I don't think it's going to be fast enough. I need to be on this platform to get to the green one, too. Maybe it's going to be faster if... so now, oh yeah, I can't do it. Shit. pretty slow either way. Maybe I need to do like both of them at the same time. Then try to rewind. It just missed. Okay, this might work. Fuck! Actually, it will work. I just need to do it in time. There we go. So what's the excuses? what is he all about? this Joe being weirdly confined? Is that the excuse? Holy shit, to get to this puzzle, oh, it's so frustrating. Alright, is there anything else? That's the question. Because I think there's one more piece that is missing from the puzzle. Might be hidden somewhere. It's definitely hard. Oh, I didn't get to this one. I guess I could.
I mean, it's definitely been interesting overall to revisit Braid and look through all the old art and think about it. So, because like when I'm working on now, it got exciting to me when I figured out how to make it original, and then I'm really in my element. You know, if I feel like I'm inventing something. So, and it's totally different from Braid. But looking back at this, you know, I feel like I was closer to working with real paint and real materials because I was much closer to art school, and that way of like pushing the paint around and feeling kind of like communing with the paint, you know, like letting the mess kind of guide me and like reveal something, and like finding that to be a meaningful metaphor for like human struggle in general and the confusion I felt in, you know, emotionally or on different levels, that had more kind of resonance for me. I mean, like I gave a talk about Braid that was all about revision as a kind of ethos, like you try and try again and things find their form. But I remember someone in the audience, you know, I was like in my 20s giving this talk, like I know everything. I mean, nothing wrong with that, but I can look back now and kind of, I feel like I was trying to come up with lessons out of my limited experience to tell other people. And somebody asked me, what about that the ethos of just like your first impulse is something to go with? You know, like revision can lead you astray as well. And I don't think there's like one answer. But in my current project, I've definitely found that a lot of things I did very early on, which I then reconsidered, eventually looked very wise in retrospect, and I went back to them. So I think sometimes the kind of process of like revision, trusting that revision is going to take you closer to the ideal whatever, may be misguided. Like sometimes it's not always true.
Okay. Maybe sometimes it's going to help you, maybe not. Yep, still missing somewhere out there. Is a puzzle I haven't done. And I don't even know where to start. Is there any like pattern in which they're spaced around? I don't think so. I'm not even sure. Could be anywhere. But this is just back to. I'm pretty sure I went very thoroughly through the commentaries, but I could have missed something. Those two I did today. Alternative designs. I don't think I've been here. Oh, there it is. But I need to get there first. And I need to get the key from somewhere, actually. Shit. Elevator, actually. There it is. What? They always have the ring. Do you gain a ring when you get here? It's kind of cool that he collected them all in like one place. Oh. Wait, I could use my shadow. Could have. It's like everything at once. The shadow is there, the ring is there. can't really combine also the other elements, I guess. But still. Okay, I was just slow. Nice. Clover. Never put 4-leaf clover in a book because you don't want pressing your luck. Already fucked up, but what is the correct course of action? Okay, I guess the right one? But there's a simple key to the left. I can't progress anywhere without a key, so I have to pick it up. And then I only have 2 choices. Okay, more choices. There's a lever, which is irreversible. It's going to affect the platform, which is reversible. Which is strange. So the platform will stay. It's going to be extra key. Weird. In any case, it seems like I need to open another door. Actually, no. Yeah, I do need. Like, how am I going to interfere? It's not much of a puzzle, though. You just do things that you can. At least so far. Until you can't. Well, even though the lever is irreversible, the door still goes down. Just weird. But it doesn't really give me anything. If I did have an extra key, that would probably help. Well, that would solve the puzzle. Or what? Why did it... I think if I teleport fast enough, I might just get inside. But wait, even if I do, and I close it, then how do I get out? let's try getting in. This. How did it? Like, what? How did I do that? What? Shit. Wait, that's not what I wanted. The opposite of what I wanted. Okay, standing here. Actually, they even go in. Okay. Damn it. So now it's activated, weirdly. So in theory it should go down. Right? But at the same time, it's just going to close me in. How am I going to get out? The key is a simple one. Okay. And then by rewinding, I don't get anywhere. What? Oh wait. Maybe I should have went in. As I was trapped? No, wait, it's not possible because to get untrapped, I need to rewind, which is erases the past where I was trapped. Fuck. Oh, it doesn't really do much. I could get here, but hmm. But at this point, I can't get out without rewinding, so it doesn't matter how far I've gotten. And I can't really get very far before it's getting too tight. Okay, well, but still, it's just makes sense. Maybe there's something I can do differently at the beginning, and I just have to figure it out. No, I don't see. I don't see it. Oh, wait. So, the door protects against the cannon, but... Ooh. I could rewind to the point where the door is closed, but... I mean... I'll lose the key, but... Does that really matter? I don't think so. I think that's the solution. But I also need to be on the other side. Somehow. Shit. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. If I had that platform that allows me to stay in time unaffected. All I get is just 2 broken keys. And here it's the same. What we got. And the way this lever works is also curious. It's basically like saves the input. Okay, well, again, like no choices. What can be possibly done here? Right? Open can't go anywhere. Even though this protected against cannon, I can't move to the lever. It's gotta be definitely first. The lever doesn't matter even. I can switch it constantly. It's actually curious. So I could switch back in time while having the key. Oh, there we go. Oh, got it. That feels good. Yeah, Clover did enjoy it too. Alright, I think that's it with the puzzles. I might come back for some more commentary. I'm not promising that, but I do feel a bit guilty for skipping a lot of these. I don't know. There's just like a lot. And it's cool that it exists, but at the same time, like, there's some commentaries that I want to listen to and enjoy, like the ones about names was interesting. Some of the like art commentary was fine, but for the most part it's not. I mean, I guess it's different for everybody too. Somebody will enjoy something else more than the other. But yeah, very cool game. World 7. Isn't there isn't there 5? What is the world 6 then? Okay, wait, did it? Thanks, Johnny Tony Blow. I can't wait to see his new game. It's a bit not my jam, but like 2D that he's doing. But who knows? Like, might do it well. I do enjoy 3D more. I definitely had more immersion in The Witness. We'll see. Alright, guys. See you later.